Alright, so I hope you can see her okay. I was going to do a studio mate in another state for this video because we haven't done that for a while. I also haven't chatted for a bit. You know, I talk all the time. Or so it seems. But today I really need a quiet time to myself. Her face was so off kilter the other day or last week when I was working on her, and it was driving me crazy, and it was throwing off her shoulder, it was throwing off her arms. You know, this is basically one big math problem. You get one number wrong and it's going to throw off the whole thing. And no matter how much you think you can, you know, doctor and fool the eye, and I've talked about that a million times, you can't. The heart knows. The heart knows. The viewer's heart knows when they're looking at that picture, that painting, if it's correct, if it feels balanced, if it feels right, or if it feels like you're faking. So I go through this in every video with every single painting. I reach a point where I go, nobody will know the difference, and bink, 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 and I'll call it done, and blah. And it always bugs me because it's faking, it is lying, and I don't lie. And you shouldn't either, not in your artwork, at least. Maybe at the doctor's office when they think they have to weigh you, but I'm much happier with her. I'll tell you what I had to do. I've been trying to figure out why she felt so off. And when I sat down and really looked and felt the reference material, didn't just look with my eyes, but looked with my heart at the reference material and looked with that thing in the middle of my head, or the cerebral cortex, or whatever it is, where everything goes poof, poof, poof. And it tells you when things are right and things are wrong. Situations are right and situations that are wrong. That nervousness, that anger when you know things are wrong, but you can't figure out how to fix it. That thing that's going off. It happens in my head when I'm painting. When you're really angry at somebody, or angry with a situation, but you don't know why, you just know it's wrong. And that's how I get with my paintings. I do. I throw things at them, I yell at them. But I'll tell you why it felt wrong and what I had to fix. I had her face way out here. I had the side of her face way out here lit, which it is not. I wasn't feeling her. I was just projecting what I wanted to see. I made her eyes too large, and they're still a little big, but we're working on it. Her nose was all over the place, her mouth. But once I stepped back and paid attention to the girl that I am trying to pay homage to, the girl that I'm trying to pay homage to, the girl that I respect and I have waited several years to paint, once I sat down and listened to her, then I could line her up correctly. That doesn't mean that her blouse is right. Like, I think I'm missing something over here, but I'll be able to feel it better because I pulled in her face, which turned her. In the material, she's actually giving somebody a, what you talk about, Willis, almost kind of thing, like, are you smart-mouthing me? I haven't reached that point. She still looks a little too cutesy. She still looks like she might be afraid. And I don't want this young girl to project fear or cutesiness. I want her to project the feeling. This is the line. You don't cross it. You cross that line, that'll be trouble. I was talking to some women the other day. There were 2 African American women that I was helping at my job, and we got to talking about everything. We were having so much fun. And they said to me, why do you like to paint African American people? And they're looking at having me do a commission now because of stuff like this. And they notice that I don't paint a lot of men. If I paint males, they're usually young boys, although I have painted African American men. I mainly paint young boys, I paint women, and then I paint girls, African American girls. And I said to them, they asked why, and I said, because I find men have so much to face, and we hear about it. But it's the women and the young girls who have to bear the weight of it all. Young girls and women have to learn to bear the weight of injustice on their families. They have to find a way to negotiate in a world that already hates them because they're female. Is already ready to pummel them with their insignificance. And this young girl, like most of the women, well, like the women I paint, the African American women I paint, they have to find a way to stand tall, keep their dignity in a world that is just going to pummel them till they don't think they can take anymore. So that's why I paint a lot of young African American girls, and I love to paint them in these dresses, these cotton dresses and the bows. There's just something about it. They're holding dignity, and their family dressing them is holding dignity. And so that's what I'm going to try and project in this image. I got to get the cutesiness out, I got to get the big eyes out, but we're going to get there. Anyway, that's the painting. I'm sorry I didn't do Studio Mate in another state. I'm starting a commission again soon. I've still got Bobby and Christy over there. I have Yolandi down here, and I have some new canvases coming. So hopefully we'll have a lot of work to do. And I hope you are well in all the COVID-ness, and I hope you find this time of social upheaval and social change as exciting as I do. God, I love it. I love being in the middle of a historic moment. How fortunate are we? All right, ciao.